I have to know, what does the future hold for you? I know you have to heal up, but when you come back, what are you looking forward to?
I mean, I have just re-signed with PFL. We've come to a great agreement, and I'm going to look forward to the next few years together, so hopefully we can carry on bringing crowds like...
Dakota Ditcheva has just dropped a bombshell announcement that has left UFC fans disappointed and PFL supporters celebrating. After her dominant victory this weekend, Dangerous Dakota has officially re-signed with the Professional Fighters League, potentially closing the door on a highly anticipated UFC move. Let's break down everything that happened and what this means for the future of women's flyweight MMA.
Unprecedented level of violence. A graceful lady with devastating striking.
Let's start with what went down this past Saturday at PFL Africa in Cape Town, South Africa. Dakota Ditcheva stepped into the cage against Bellator veteran Sumiko Inaba in what many expected to be another showcase of her devastating finishing ability. The Grand Arena at Grand West witnessed something we haven't seen in nearly 3 years: Dakota Ditcheva going the full distance. The 26-year-old Englishwoman dominated every minute of the 15-minute contest, but for the first time since March 2022, her opponent survived to hear the final bell.
Doubts.
You know, the damage so far in this fight, it's been one-way traffic.
Oh, nasty knee right the middle from Dakota. And a flurry down to the body. Here's the elbow.
Ditcheva put on what can only be described as a striking masterclass. Using her 8-limbed Muay Thai attack, she systematically broke down the tough Hawaiian fighter with knees, elbows, front kicks, and crisp combinations. The judges saw it clearly, scoring the bout 30-27, 30-27, and 30-24, all in favor of Dangerous. This victory improved Ditcheva's perfect professional record to 15-0, maintaining her status as one of the most feared prospects in women's MMA. However, the fight came with a cost that brought the champion to tears in her post-fight interview. But the real story wasn't just the victory. It was what happened after the final bell that has the entire MMA world talking. In a heart-wrenching post-fight interview that has since gone viral across social media, Dakota Ditcheva broke down in tears, not from joy but from frustration and pain. "I think I've injured my left hand." A visibly emotional Ditcheva told the interviewer, "I'm more gutted because I've been out for so long, and I've come back and I'm injured again."
How's the left hand? We saw you shaking it out in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, I think I've injured my left hand, but I think I'm just more gutted because I've been out for so long, and then I've come back and I'm injured again.
This injury concern stems from Ditcheva's recent history of setbacks. The flyweight star had been out of action since November 2024, when she captured the PFL flyweight tournament crown with a devastating knockout of former UFC contender Taila Santos. The sight of the typically composed and confident fighter breaking down emotionally showed just how much this potential injury weighed on her mind. For someone who has built her reputation on finishing fights and staying active, the prospect of another extended layoff was clearly devastating.
And a deadly clinch game.
But just when it seemed like the interview would end on a somber note, Ditcheva delivered the news that has split the MMA community right down the middle. After composing herself, Dakota Ditcheva dropped the announcement that nobody saw coming. "I have just re-signed with PFL. We've come to a great agreement and I'm going to look forward to the next few years together. So hopefully we can carry on bringing crowds like this because you guys really set a standard."
Forward to.
I mean, I have just re-signed with PFL. We've come to a great agreement, and I'm going to look forward to the next few years together, so hopefully we can carry on bringing crowds like this because you guys really set a standard, so congratulations.
The reaction was immediate and divided. PFL fans erupted in celebration, knowing they had secured one of the sport's brightest stars for years to come. But UFC fans? They were left stunned and disappointed. For months, fight fans had been fantasy booking potential UFC matchups for Ditcheva. Dreams of seeing her face reigning flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko, or rising contenders like Alexa Grasso, Natalia Silva, and Manon Fiorot, suddenly seemed much further away.
Valentina Shevchenko versus Dakota Ditcheva. Valentina Shevchenko is the current UFC flyweight champion of the world on her second reign, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, that she is. Valentina is looking to do so.
This re-signing represents a massive win for the PFL, which has been working tirelessly to establish itself as a legitimate competitor to the UFC. Keeping their biggest female star and arguably one of the most exciting prospects in all of MMA is exactly the kind of move they needed to make. But the question everyone is asking is, why did Dicheva choose to stay with PFL instead of making the jump to the sport's premier promotion? Let's break down the potential reasons behind this surprising decision, because there's more to this story than meets the eye.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, the prize, like you said, was amazing. The belt's amazing. But for me, I want to fight. You know, I loved fighting 4 times last year. The year before that, I fought 3 times. The year before that, I fought 4 times. So I've always been a really active fighter. So this for me now, especially not having anything even lined up, is really like mentally challenging for me. Like I've really got to just believe in the process and let everything happen how it should. It's testing me for sure. Like that's probably why I went home, because at the start of the year I was here in Florida training with nothing like lined up, seeing everybody train for this tournament. It was really disheartening for me. So I went home, refreshed a little bit. Now I'm back, ready to get back in the gym, and hopefully something will come up by then.
First, let's talk money. While we don't know the exact terms of Dicheva's new PFL contract, you can bet she's being compensated extremely well. The PFL has deep pockets and a proven track record of paying their star fighters top dollar. For a 26-year-old fighter, securing financial stability early in her career is a smart business move. Second, opportunity. While the UFC has a deeper flyweight division, it's also more crowded. At PFL, Dicheva is clearly the face of the women's flyweight division. She gets main event spots, promotional pushes, and the kind of star treatment that might take years to achieve in the UFC.
This is going to be a tough test in every single range of the game. Now, what we saw against Jenna Bishop was the fact that she was taken down, she stayed safe, she got back to her feet, and then, she got back to her game. I don't think there's any secret in what Dakota's going to try and do in pretty much every one of these upcoming fights. We want to see how good she is, where her potential is. Because right now she looks pretty much unstoppable. I'm excited to see where she lands after the championship.
Third, timing. At just 26 years old, turning 27 next week, Dicheva has plenty of time left in her career. She could fulfill this PFL contract and still move to the UFC while in her prime fighting years. But perhaps most importantly, this decision puts pressure on the PFL to deliver. They've now invested heavily in their biggest star, and they need to provide her with compelling matchups and worthy competition. The ball is firmly in the PFL's court to prove they can be that co-leader in global MMA they claim to be. So, where does Dakota Ditcheva go from here? And what does this mean for the landscape of women's MMA?
There's a reason Dakota Ditcheva is called dangerous. The 2023 PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Champion is entering the PFL regular season 10-0. Ditcheva has a 90% finish rate with 8 knockouts and 1 submission. The 25-year-old has championship star power in her blood, and she could be the face.
First, that hand injury needs to be addressed. If it's serious, we could be looking at another extended layoff for Dangerous, which would be devastating for both her momentum and the PFL's plans. If she's healthy, Ditcheva is set up for a massive fight later this year. She's expected to face the winner of the upcoming PFL flyweight final between Liz Carmouche and Jenna Bishop, scheduled for August 15th. But beyond that immediate future, the PFL faces a crucial test. They've retained their biggest star, but now they need to surround her with elite competition. The organization will likely need to go on a signing spree, targeting top flyweights from other promotions to give.
I'm happy to be back. I'm excited to get in the cage now and showcase my skills again. I'm ready to go, and I'm going to bring a whole new Dakota for sure.
What am I the most proud of in my career? I think just making it this far.
TKO for Lady Samurai.
I'm just like a little island girl that's only dreamed of ever even stepping off the island, let alone fighting all around the world, and now fighting one of the best in the world.
Dakota Ditcheva for a championship.
Sumiko is a really exciting challenge. She's not a mug. She's 8-1, and I know that she's going to come to fight.
Beautiful knee. And that does it. First round finish.
She hasn't been hit hard. I've been hit hard, and I still keep coming.
When I compare my game to hers, I just see levels above, skill levels above.
she's no walkover, but I don't think she's on my level, and I'm going to show that in South Africa.
Dakota Ditcheva drops a bombshell message to Sumiko Inaba. I'm just above her. The undefeated PFL flyweight champion is not holding back as she prepares for her upcoming test against the veteran striker. Coming up in the next few minutes, we'll break down Dakota Ditcheva's explosive interview where she explains her notorious killer instinct ahead of her clash with Sumiko Inaba. We'll also examine the controversy surrounding PFL's treatment of their champions and what this fight means for the future of women's flyweight MMA.
Shot and a right hand. Oh, Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hand of fate. Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva.
Stay tuned as we dive deep into one of the most anticipated matchups heading to Cape Town, South Africa. Let's start with the headline that's got everyone talking. Dakota Dicheva, the undefeated PFL flyweight world champion, has dropped a bombshell about her upcoming opponent, Sumiko Inaba. When asked about her opponent, Ditcheva was characteristically confident. Very good striker. I haven't really seen her around a lot, but she's been around for a while in Bellator before it merged with the PFL.
When I look back at what I've achieved over the last few years in this kind of short space of being here in the States especially, it's been a very wild journey.
Dakota Ditcheva wants to be the next big thing.
Probably achieved more than I ever expected myself to, but at the same time, like, I'm not really too surprised.
Look how calm and composed she is around the cage. It's almost like she knows what's going to happen.
I work really hard and I feel like everything I've achieved is just kind of testament of.
But it's what she said next that really caught attention. The Manchester fighter made it clear she considers herself on a completely different level. I know that she's going to come and bring a lot of striking into the game, which is good for me. That's what I want. Ditcheva didn't stop there. When pressed for a prediction, she was brutally honest. A stoppage for sure. They've left me 8 months without a fight. I've got a lot of things to let out, so it's going to be crazy. I'd say round 1. I want to say round 1.
The face of the PFL, the 125-pound women's tournament winner.
The fans have been asking for me and they've finally given me a fight. So I'm excited to get back out there and it's going to be an amazing event. You know, first time in South Africa, Cape Town. So yeah, I'm excited just to get back in there as well. Everyone that's been there to support me all these years is obviously excited to see me back in, but then a whole new kind of crowd is going to be able to watch my skill. A lot of new.
This isn't just trash talk, folks. Ditcheva has backed up every word she's ever said in the cage. At 14-0 with 13 finishes, none of her 9 PFL fights have even gone to a decision. When Dakota Ditcheva drops a bombshell like this, history suggests you should take her seriously. Now let's dive into what makes Dakota Ditcheva so dangerous. In an exclusive interview, the 26-year-old revealed the secret behind her devastating finishing ability. My mum's genes, that's what it is. It's all from my mum. She used to be a world champion, so I definitely feel like she gave me a cheat code for sure, Ditcheva explained. But genetics are only part of the story. What truly sets Ditcheva apart is her mindset. I think just the other thing is that I have an aggression and a killer instinct that you don't see in a lot of fighters. A lot of people just come to fight and I come in there to kill somebody. I feel like that's the big difference with me.
I'm just going to keep continuing to do that and hope that it carries on for many more years. Last year was Dakota 1.0. This year we'll go in to 10.0.
Beautiful right hands. Oh,
there's that knee up the middle. Santos is Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
I think my record speaks for itself. You know, I'm 14-0 now. 12 stoppages, 1 submission, 1 decision. That decision eats me alive.
This psychological edge isn't just bravado. Ditcheva's confidence stems from her skill level and preparation. I'm always confident because I believe in my skill. I know the work I put in the gym and the people I'm working with in the gym give me the confidence to know that when I get in the cage, nobody at my weight is going to be able to beat me for sure. When asked why she believes she's the best flyweight in the world, Ditcheva was matter of fact. My skill level, my stoppages, everything, the whole thing, the whole package. In this sport, I feel like you have to be a little bit of a personality as well. I feel like I've definitely got that for sure.
When I compare my game to hers, you know, I just see levels above, skill levels above. She's no walkover, but I don't think she's on my level, and I'm going to show that in South Africa.
At just 26 years old, Ditcheva believes she's still improving. I'm still only turning 27 soon, and I feel like I'm going to reach my peak when I get to 30. If I'm this good now, then imagine what I'm going to be like at that time. This fight comes after months of frustration for Dakota Ditcheva and the PFL organization. Despite winning the PFL flyweight world title in November 2024, Ditcheva has been kept on ice for 8 months. The champion hasn't been shy about her displeasure. I feel like I won last year, but now this year I'm not the champion, which is confusing for me. It doesn't make sense. This year, the girls that are fighting in the tournament will be the new champion, the winner of that. Then I will probably have to challenge them at the end of the year.
Dakota 2.0, dangerous coming. Don't you worry, she's not gone anywhere. She's coming back stronger. So for me, I'm getting in there the same amount of violence, if not 10 times more, because they've made me wait half a year. Honestly, I could literally fight any time of the day, any day of the week. Like, you could just put me in the cage and I'd just go for it. So for me, it doesn't really matter where it is, when it is. I'm going to be ready.
Sumiko Inaba, the opponent. I mean, obviously, she's got an impressive record as well. Maybe not as well known as you at this point, but 8-1, a formidable opponent. I guess, what do you think about her?
Yeah, I mean, when they come up with her name, like, you can't turn your nose up to fighters like that. You know, she might not have been around for a while, but I mean, 8-1, 9-1. She's kind of been around longer than I have in this Bellator and MMA world. So for me, she's going to come for it. And these are always the most dangerous fighters, you know, the ones that don't have anything to lose, you know, so I've got to take it serious and I'm ready for it. I think it'll be a really good matchup as well. Like, she's a little bit more of a striker. She'll grapple as well. But
Ditcheva joins a growing list of frustrated PFL fighters, including Francis Ngannou, Corey Anderson, and Pashi Mix, who have found themselves without fight announcements despite being under contract. Don Davis responded to fan backlash on social media, writing, "Nobody has to be here. PFL provides the only premium global lasting platform for fighters other than the UFC. But for a fighter like Ditcheva who just wants to stay active, the politics are secondary. Doesn't matter to me. I don't need a belt to make me get in the cage. I just want to get in there and fight somebody and do what I love. For me, even if I don't get a belt for the next few years, I'm going to just keep getting in and winning."
I feel like she's going to stand and trade a little bit. So I'm excited. It's a great matchup and a great girl as well. I've seen her around in the tournament last year and she's always super nice. So I don't really have anything bad to say about her. I feel like me and PFL have been on a journey. Like, I'm a little bit of an example for kind of the next generation. Is setting off PFL Europe as well. I feel like UK fighters over there now that I know, it's like I kind of started it off, you know, now like we know loads of UK fighters that are on the Europe scene and they're all kind of progressing. It's nice to be an example. I quite like it.
Like, if the UFC went away, the PFL will probably take up the slack. PFL is going to get people to pay attention. There's one who's really interesting, who's this monster. She's terrifying.
Big fight coming up July 19th against Sumiko Inaba.
Dangerous is back in the cage and she's going to bring the violence. So don't blink. It's good to be back. She's a little bit more of a striker than she is a grappler. I feel like she does both, but she will stand and strike. So could be a good striking match. We'll see. She's definitely going to bring it. You have to take girls like that serious because they've got nothing to lose as well, you know. But super nice girl too, but we're fighting each other now, so I guess that doesn't matter. Her record's 8-1, so you know you've got to take girls like that serious. She's not, you know, somebody that hasn't proven herself for sure. So it's nice to be back in camp again, full of bruises, just taking it fight by fight. And like, me and PFL are in talks at the moment. Still, we're still figuring a few things out. So. You know, I haven't really got much direction just yet, but I know that they are going to keep me busy. They have to. So you will see me fight again this year for sure. I'm just trusting the process, concentrating on this fight. I'm happy to be back out there and we'll see what's next.
All roads now lead to Cape Town, South Africa, where Dakota Ditcheva will face Sumiko Inaba on July 19th in the co-main event of PFL Africa, the organization's first event on the continent. For Ditcheva, this represents more than just another fight. I'm excited. It's crazy to think that I'm going to South Africa. It's very far, but I'm happy to be part of the first event there. We're going to kick it all off again. So yeah, it's going to be something very new, very different. I'm excited. Sumiko Inaba at 8-1 presents a legitimate challenge. The 34-year-old Hawaiian has been a mainstay in the Bellator flyweight division and brings veteran experience to this matchup. Her most recent victory came via finish over Mackenzie Stiller in September 2024. But Ditcheva's confidence remains unshaken. The Manchester native has moved her training camp to American Top Team in Florida, citing the need for better training partners and environment. When I came to American Top Team, I loved the place, I loved the gym. And also, I was going through some tough things at home, and I felt like here was a bit of a better environment for me.
Ditcheva has been talked about in the same breath as Ronda Rousey.
She has the potential to be a superstar. She understands the media game, right? She knows exactly when to switch off that savage and become the sweetheart again. She's got the look, she's got the charisma, and when you have that, plus the ability to knock women out like she does, the sky's the limit.
How old were you when you first did any kind of martial arts?
I was 4.
In your first fight of any kind, how old were you?
4.
4 as well? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
That's I have a 6-year-old daughter. I would never put, what is going on over there? It's called child services. What, 4 years old?
It was in Thai boxing, yeah. So it wasn't head contact. It was like interclubs, but it was like decision fights. We've got some videos of me, and I was just as aggressive back then as I am now. Even as a kid, you could really see it in me.
The event will be headlined by Johnny Eblin, defending his middleweight title against Costello Van Steenis, with Ditcheva's teammate expected to retain his belt according to her prediction. Looking ahead, Dakota Ditcheva's situation highlights the complexity of modern MMA championships. While she won the 2024 PFL flyweight tournament, this year's tournament winner will be considered the new champion, forcing Ditcheva to potentially challenge them later in the year. When asked about moving up to bantamweight, Ditcheva remained open to the possibility. I feel like flyweight at the moment, the weight is perfect for me, but as I get older and bigger, and maybe I put a bit of weight on and I run through everyone in the flyweight division and have no one left, then yeah, maybe you'll see me at bantamweight. For now though, all focus is on July 19th and sending a message to the entire flyweight division. As Ditcheva puts it, my goal is just to keep fighting and stay busy.
Still have part of home, come over here.
Has she ever caught you before accidents?
Oh, all the time. I've got pictures of cut lips, bruised lips, black eyes. Sometimes I think she does it on purpose. Take frustration out on me, that's the only way she can do it.
I've held pads with the coach and I've trained with her a lot. And she has a very different style. She's very long, very powerful in her shots. I've got to sacrifice to help her achieve her goals, and that's a commitment that I made to myself a couple of years ago. As long as she wants me here, I'm going to be here with her every step of the way.
She said that you're the single most important person in her career and in her life.
Wow. That makes me feel really good. It probably brings a little bit of a tear to my eye, actually. Yeah, it's nice, obviously, to hear from her, because, you know, I love all my family to pieces, and she's a big part of my life, and she always has.
So there you have it, folks. Dakota Ditcheva has issued her warning to Sumiko Inaba and the entire flyweight division. With her perfect 14-0 record and devastating finishing ability, she's proven that when she makes predictions, they tend to come true. Will Inaba be able to solve the puzzle that no one else has managed to crack? Or will Ditcheva's killer instinct prove too much once again? We'll find out on July 19th in Cape Town, South Africa. The stakes couldn't be higher for both fighters. For Ditcheva, it's about proving she's still the best flyweight in the world despite the organizational politics. For Inaba, it's the opportunity of a lifetime to shock the MMA world and hand the British sensation her first career loss. Don't miss PFL Africa on July 19th. It's going to be a night to remember. That's all for tonight's Fight Night News. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
The face, the star of stars, Dakota Ditcheva right here in Chicago. Now, I know you like to be very active. Listen to the crowd. Listen to these people. They love you in Chicago. Now, you're about to get back in the cage, and you're going to fly a long way to do it on July 19th. How excited are you to get back to fighting?
I am so excited. These guys have missed me for sure. They've been very vocal on social media, so I'm excited to finally get back in the cage and do what I do best.
Winning the PFL Europe Championship was a big moment for me for sure, but I don't know whether I sunk it in enough.
Dakota Ditcheva, European champion.
I think straight away, as soon as I won it, I knew that I wanted to do this global season next.
She feels like she's ready to prove herself at the highest level.
We're here now, on our way, but the journey's not over and I'm ready to keep pushing on.
Nasty combination. Big knee. She's in trouble. That's the end.
My next opponent, Chelsea.
Dakota Ditcheva sends a clear warning message to Sumiko Inaba, as both fighters have officially confirmed their highly anticipated showdown. The undefeated Queen of Violence is back, and she's bringing 10 times the fury to Cape Town. This is the story that's breaking the internet right now.
The face of the PFL, the 125-pound women's tournament winner.
The fans have been asking for me and they've finally given me a fight. So I'm excited to get back out there and it's going to be an amazing event. You know, first time in South Africa, Cape Town. So yeah, I'm excited just to get back in there as well. Everyone that's been there to support me all these years is obviously excited to see me back in, but then a whole new kind of crowd is going to be able to watch my skill. A lot of new fans.
Dakota 2.0, dangerous coming. Don't you worry, she's not gone anywhere. She's coming back stronger. So for me, I'm getting in there the same amount of violence, if not 10 times.
Let's dive straight into what has everyone talking. Dakota Dicheva, the reigning 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight Champion, just dropped the most bone-chilling warning we've heard all year. They've made me wait half a year. I'm getting in there with the same amount of violence, if not 10 times more, because they've made me wait.
Forward to.
Honestly, I'm just very glad to be part of the card. It's been a while, so I've been building up this, I don't know what I've been building up for the last 6 months, not being able to let anything out in the cage, not being able to beat anyone up, so it's going to be coming 10 times worse this time.
Wow. Now, when you think about traveling all over the world, the beauty part of where you're at right now, you're one of the faces of the PFL, if not the face. Is it exciting for you to be able to fight not just in the United States, not just in PFL Europe, but now literally all over the world?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been to South Africa before, and I've heard amazing things about Cape Town, so I'm very excited to be part of this. It's going to be a historic event for sure, and yeah, I'm just super excited just to get in the cage. I just wanted to fight.
She just loves to fight 3 or 4 times a year. Thank you, and best of luck. There is only one, Dakota Ditcheva, fighting July 19th in Cape Town, South.
That's not just confidence talking, folks. That's a woman who's been caged for 6 months, and now she's about to be unleashed. Ditcheva has made it crystal clear. The layoff hasn't cooled her down, it's turned up the heat to a dangerous level. The Manchester native didn't hold back when addressing her opponent either, stating, "These are always the most dangerous fighters, you know, the ones that don't have anything to lose. But here's the kicker. She's treating this like a striker's paradise, saying Inaba wants to stand and trade a little bit."
Oh, what a knockdown! What a knockout! Sumiko Inaba is 4-0 with her 3rd knockout win, getting it done in less than...
Translation, this could be an absolute war on the feet. Now, let's get to the official details, because this fight is confirmed and it's historic. This showdown is set for July 19th, 2025, taking place at the Grand West Arena in Cape Town, South Africa, as part of the PFL Champion Series Africa event. The main event features Johnny Ablin versus Costello Van Steenis, while Dakota Ditcheva and Sumiko Inaba will serve as the explosive co-main event that has everyone talking.
Dakota's skills. She is one of the most spiteful strikers that we've ever seen in the PFL.
Dangerous! Dakota Ditcheva!
This marks the PFL's inaugural event in Africa, and they're pulling out all the stops. Francis Ngannou, serving as PFL's Africa chairman, will be overseeing this historic card that combines both the Champion Series and an all-African tournament. For Ditcheva, this isn't just any fight, it's her return after publicly criticizing PFL for keeping her on the shelf since winning the title last November. Let's break down what we're looking at on July 19th.
So for me, it doesn't really matter where it is, when it is. I'm going to be ready.
Sumiko Inaba, the opponent. I mean, obviously, she's got an impressive record as well. Maybe not as well known as you at this point, but 8-1, a formidable opponent. I guess, what do you think about her?
Yeah, I mean, when they come up with her name, like, you can't turn your nose up to fighters like that. You know, she might not have been around for a while, but I mean, 8-1, 9-1. She's kind of been around longer than I have in this Bellator and MMA world. So for me, she's going to come for it. And these are always the most dangerous fighters, you know, the ones that don't have anything to lose, you know, so I've got to take it serious and I'm ready.
At just 26 years old, Dakota Ditcheva brings a perfect 14-0 winner with an astounding 13 finishes to this Cape Town showdown, fighting out of Manchester, England. She holds the distinction of being the first British woman to win a major MMA world title, and her recent dominance speaks volumes. She completely destroyed Tyler Santos, the same fighter who took Valentina Shevchenko to the brink, finishing her in just 2 rounds.
I don't really have anything bad to say about her. I feel like me and PFL have been on a journey. Like, I'm a little bit of an example for kind of the next generation. Is setting off PFL Europe as well. I feel like UK fighters over there now that I know, it's like I kind of started it off, you know, now like we know loads of UK fighters that are on the Europe scene and they're all kind of progressing. It's nice to be an example. I quite like it.
Like if the UFC went away,
Ditcheva isn't just unbeaten, she's untouchable. She's been compared to Ronda Rousey in terms of star power and finishing ability. Her 2024 campaign was nothing short of spectacular. 3 first-round stoppages leading to a championship beatdown of UFC veteran Taylor Santos.
It's a professional, 7 victories, just 1 loss. Haley from Maui, Hawaii, presenting Sumiko.
Hawaii? Oh, what a knockdown! What a knockout!
Posturing up and throwing down hard. Those are big shots. It's all over, just like.
Also a female that's getting finishes. I mean, you have the finishes by elbows, by a left hook, and by submission. So
honestly, I don't really have one. I think I go in there, you know, just with my skills and my game plan, and I don't ever search for the finish, but it somehow comes. And I think that that's the exciting part of the whole game.
At 34 years old, Sumiko Inaba brings an impressive 8-1 record to this showdown, fighting out of Hawaii with the composure of a seasoned veteran. This Bellator veteran is making her mark in the PFL transition, showcasing a well-rounded skill set built on composed striking and solid grappling fundamentals. Inaba's most recent performance saw her finish Mackenzie Stiller in September 2024, proving she's not just here to make up numbers, but to make a real statement on the biggest stage of her career.
Through right when she needed it. But you got to ask yourself, Sean, how much did she put into that throw and the attempt for the armbar? Got to be exhausted under there, carrying the weight of Inaba.
Left hand now for Inaba, punishing Mackenzie Stiller. Beltran looking very closely at this flurry. Submits Inaba with the volume. And this is where it ended.
Exactly. Up against the fence, short elbows. We could see Stiller's eyes from here. She was wincing. It's like a ball bearing hitting you right on the cheek. Great short elbows.
Let's go. Let's go.
Then got the throw, but Inaba able to beast out of that armbar. And once she had dominant position, it was all over.
Inaba represents everything Ditcheva said she respects, a veteran fighter with nothing to lose. She's been grinding in Bellator's trenches while Dakota was building highlight reels, and now she gets her shot on the biggest stage. This fight carries massive implications beyond just the records. For Dakota, this is about proving her layoff frustration was justified. She's been vocal about wanting to stay active, even stating she could literally fight any time of the day, any day of the week. This isn't a title fight, but Ditcheva is treating it like a statement bout.
Progressing, it's nice to be an example. I quite like it.
Like if the UFC went away, the PFL will probably take up the slack. PFL is going to get people to pay attention. There's one who's really interesting, who's this monster. She's terrifying.
Big fight coming up July 19th against Sumiko Inaba.
Dangerous is back in the cage and she's going to bring the violence. So don't blink. It's good to be back. She's a little bit more of a striker than she is a grappler. I feel like she does both, but she will stand and strike. So could be a good striking match. We'll see. She's definitely going to bring it. You have to take girls like that serious because they've got nothing to lose as well, you know. What super nice girl too, but we're fighting each other now, so I guess that doesn't matter. Her record's 8-1, so you know you've got to take girls like that serious. She's not, you know, somebody that hasn't proven herself for sure. So it's nice to be back in camp again, full of bruises, just taking it fight by fight. And like me and PFL are in talks at the moment. Still, we're still figuring a few things out. So. You know, I haven't really got much direction just yet, but I know that they are going to keep me busy. They have to, so you will see me fight again this year for sure. I'm just trusting.
The bigger picture? Dakota has her sights set on bigger names, specifically calling out Valentina Shevchenko as her ultimate target. She wants to prove she's not just the best at 125 pounds in PFL, but the most dangerous woman in the division worldwide. For Sumiko, this is career-defining. A win here wouldn't just be an upset, it would be a seismic shockwave that puts her name in the global conversation overnight. So what can we expect on July 19th?